Hello everyone, I'm Never Dot. Welcome to my channel. Today we're covering the drawing of my comic of this week. And this week's comic was a, dinosaur themed one, because as you know, I rotate through the character sets. The key sets being dinosaurs, octopus plus vegetables, subset being mushrooms, and then separately there's turtles. So those three sets can loop around a little bit. This week we're falling behind on the dinosaurs actually, so it's been a while since we've shown them. So I wanted to hit them and see what they had to say about the current situation in the world. I have been actually a little bit trying to avoid doing comics on it because I wasn't sure if this issue was affecting them at all because they're not here. They're in their own little world. So, but I figured, maybe they've got an interesting take on it. See, if anybody can figure it out, the dinosaur scientists can, because the dinosaurs are like the second smartest things in the comic world that I have here, Never Dot World. So there's a smarter thing. You guys have to figure it out through the comics. I don't know if I've made it obvious. Anyways, when I'm doodling and sketching the comics, I already know what I'm... Okay, that's a lie. Half the time I have no clue what I'm drawing for the comic, and I just start sketching a character, and I'm really hoping an interesting, funny story pops out of the guy. That's why I had the one about the microwave and Gerald or Casper pushing a button on the floor. Like, that one didn't make any sense, because I had no clue what I was doing. Sometimes they don't make any sense, and I'm just going for cute and funny. But this one got a bit of a baseline idea. How are the dinosaurs going to solve the pandemic? So I initially was thinking I'll throw out in each panel just a wildly inappropriate solution. But that got a little bit too complicated to explain per frame. So it was too much mental overload to try to get that idea across and make the joke in each panel. So I figured I'll just focus on one solution. So we've got Agent Clock. First time we're seeing Agent Clock in a comic, actually, because usually Triceratops, I don't know, I don't like drawing the Triceratops as much because it's too detailed. I haven't really got that down, but I feel more confident now since I did the sticker set with him included. I feel a little bit better about how he's rendered. So, I like him now a bit more. So we might be seeing more of Agent Clock. And I got to figure out more what kind of guy Agent Clock is. So we're seeing here that he's got some scientific angle to him. Maybe he's into bio weapons. Probably. There's always this underlying, maybe the dinosaurs aren't always good behind them. So he's doing some research. Who knows what kind of research, but biology in this case. So he's got some weird ideas on how to solve this issue of everyone getting sick. So he thinks, stay with me guys, he thinks that a good way to solve this is, of course, there are certain organisms on the planet that are not susceptible. Like, we're not worried about birds. We might be, actually. We're not worried about... actually, a lot of the animals we got, so those tigers got coronavirus. And it came from either bats or whatever it was, those other things. Pangolins? Those creepy-looking, awesome, cute, anteater armored things that look like aliens. So it seems like a lot of different animals could get it. So what species could be invulnerable to this virus? What would be 100% guaranteed to be safe against the pandemic? Obviously, we haven't heard of any cases of transmission to, like, plants, obviously, or maybe an orchid or a cactus. So we're going to think Agent Clock is like, hey, I got you. To make everyone guaranteed immune to this thing, we're going to genetically engineer everyone else into a cactus, because you can't be infected if you're a cactus, right? You don't even have a lungs. Most people have two. You'll be totally safe if you're a cactus. So Agent Clock thinks, let's just turn everyone into cactuses, cacti, and you'll be fine. It's a brilliant idea, and I'm all on board with it. I want to be kind of prickly. I want to be like, free hugs? You can do it once. Not going to want to do it again. So that's what he's doing. So we're going to jump into the inking. I had a little bit of an issue with where to put Agent Clock's lanyard. You'd think that wouldn't be a big deal, but Those are kind of longer than you would think they should be. You'd think they're like supposed to rest right around your neck, but usually they're not. They're halfway down your chest. But then his arm was blocking it, and like I couldn't get it consistently low. Sometimes it was like too low. Sometimes the lanyard itself, the card, was too big. Whatever. We've got Agent Rex here working on his Rubik's Cube because that's what he's going to be doing with his valuable time working on a Rubik's Cube. And I don't think he's very good at them, actually. I wanted to draw it sort of rotated instead of just being lazy and doing a cube. So there we go. That's me being clever and making it look awesome. And he's got his little 2 fingers. I hope Rexes have 2 fingers. I should probably check that. Might have 3. Now we're going to go with 2. I've drawn it with 2. If they have more, then this is a subspecies that only has 2. So, trying to keep Agent Rex cute, as always, because even though they're a terrifying lizard, they have to be adorable as much as possible. And having Agent Clock wearing his scientific lab coat and Agent Rex not wearing anything makes it really conspicuous. It makes you wonder, are they naked? I mean, yes, but dinosaurs, it doesn't matter until someone else is wearing clothes. And then it's like, oh, is it just at the office I don't wear clothes or I should? Awkward. So we're going to gloss over that. People, if you've already read the comic and you weren't bothered by it, good. Otherwise, he's going to be, stereotypical, just pouring vials of liquid into other liquid. That doesn't make any sense because that's not really how you do biology or genetics or anything like that. And I'm drawing this in red so I can see what's going on, because if I did it in black, it would blend in with all the other black lines and I wouldn't be able to tell which one was his collar and which one was his lanyard. It's very important to get the lanyard straight, because if you don't get the lanyard straight, you don't look like you know what you're doing. Exactly. So this is very important. And another annoying thing that's going to come up later, and thankfully my recording crashed in the middle of this, so you're not going to see the pain that I had with lining up his lanyard photo ID with the sketch drawing shape, because that rectangle is not consistent across panels. I had to make it consistent after the fact. That was annoying. Although with the tablet it wasn't such a big deal. For things like display screens like that, where there's a lot of detail and I kind of want to have it consistent, I'm very OCD about that, I will actually draw the panel flat on and then I'll just like distort it to fit on the rectangle that I've created. He's going to be staring at a screen there very ominously with the background sort of black onto him. So I'm not going to draw his detail. He's just going to be a silhouette there, sort of saving some time too, because, most comic artists don't color their comics, or at least they don't put a lot of effort into it. I feel like I'm putting too much effort into it, and I'm kind of worried sometimes that doing this extra level of effort is making people not interested in the comic, because I don't know, it looks too commercial. I'm definitely not commercial at all, because nobody is following me. Or I'm not like Garfield or whatever. So maybe I should try doing a different comic in a different account that's drawn with very low level of effort, or even the same comic but redrawn, but very sketchy. It might be more of a hit. Who knows? I certainly like comics like Explosum or whatever it's, Cyanide and Happiness. I mean, some of it's inappropriate, so not recommending if you're under the age of 56. But, those kind of sketchily drawn things or not a lot of effort things are still good, and they're funny. They're kind of more funny if they're drawn worse, I find. So I don't know why I'm putting so much effort into these drawings. I think I just like drawing these guys, and I want to see them really well done, as well as I can. So I don't know. For me, that's part of it. I just want them to be well drawn, because they're cute. They deserve to be fully cute. I don't want them to be sketchy. I mean, I could have a whole sketchy universe. That might be its own separate thing. You wouldn't. I would have to. I always try to connect all my universes into one global universe. I don't know how I would connect a badly drawn universe, though. They'd have to be from some sort of bad artist continuum. Totally possible. I could figure that out. I was working on like a thing where there was a character that was badly drawn. And he somehow made sense. Actually, that's on my other old website. If you go hunt it down, don't recommend it, but the story behind it didn't make any sense. It was called Andonia or something like that. And yeah, it had a little stick figure character. And he was part of a world that had other normally drawn people. He was a stick figure though, and it made consistent sense in that world. Somehow. He was two-dimensional. He was one of my favorite characters. He was very action-oriented, guns blazing kind of guy. I really like the green on the cactus. I don't know why. I had the Minecraft cactus in my head when I was doing that, so it helped me get that more sickly green. Now, if you're a Rubik's Cube expert, you're probably going to call me out and be like, you can't have those three things on the same corner. Because that's impossible. Or some other layout problem. I didn't check. I don't know if that's a legal layout. Probably not. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's guaranteed not. If anyone knows why, post it in the comments on this video, and I will applaud you for your Rubik's nerdism. It's an achievement that you should not be ashamed of. This layer is on top of all the layers, so I have to be careful not to overdraw the black lines. Since I'm going to be making it a little bit transparent, the way it sort of hits the aliased lines is not going to be a problem. I need to make the glass a little tinted so that it looks like glass, transparent. And now I think we're going to cut through. We're doing the shading here. Shading is always very important. And you want your darkness to be properly represented. And usually I have my light coming in from the northeast, just because that's what I'm used to. Sometimes I change it up just for variety, but I don't really have much of a plan, unless I'm outside or something, or it's ominous, and then I'm casting light from behind them or something. That's a different scene, and I don't usually do that in the comics. But for my one-off drawings that I don't have too much time for, I'll do that for the other ones. Mostly just to play with the light. I often have trouble knowing where the shadow should go if there's like they're holding their arm out. Probably there shouldn't be any shadow, but I draw one anyways. This is great. I like the horns. I like how Agent Clock's head is shaped, his wiggly head. I should probably count how many nubbins he has on his ridge, because that's inconsistent between one drawing of him and the next. It's however many I feel like doing. But if I drew him 700 million times, I would be dead. But if I drew him 70 times, I would definitely have that memorized and know exactly how many ridges he should have, because that's very important information. Just like Anita the mushroom needs to have her head dots in the right spot. I still am working on the top and the back ones a little bit. I should probably just paint an Anita so I can like reference it. Yeah, I should do that. I can make a clay one. Claynita. Yeah, Clay Anita. Color the whatever is. Now this cactus is some poor soul that has been experimented on, probably illegally, by Agent Clock, and he's happy for a cactus. I'm sure it's reversible. Maybe. It's like the Star Trek teleporter. What you do, you clone the guy, kill the cactus, and then tell the clone, yeah, you're the original. As long as you never meet your dead one, then you don't know. It's like the teleporter in Star Trek is killing people, and we just say that the copy is the real one. As long as your copy doesn't know, no one's going to complain. So we have a very accurate drawing of the coronavirus. Now this is the tablet that we're going to be slapping onto. Yeah, looks very jelly-like. I like that. That's fun. That's like my favorite thing. I like Krita because it has that tool. Some drawing programs don't have that tool. It's really good for doing quick perspective drawings too. Like if you're trying to, rather than a 3D rotation tool, this, you just, as the artist, you kind of know how the outline should be, and then you just map on the thing to it. Much faster. Looks good enough. That's very funny looking at that speed. Looks very elastic and jelly. The green is disgusting though. If you have a background of that green, ugh. I'm doing a shine here because when I research product shots before, typically the glare on like a surface like this is very like it just cuts it right off. It's usually harsher than this, so I should probably sharpen it up a bit. But I don't know, I feel like it produces a realistic kind of look. And it looks like they just bought it and haven't taken that plastic film off yet. They probably should. Oh, I remember something I forgot to do. I'm not going to tell you though. So here's where I crashed. So I quickly did the lanyards. You've got the little lanyard on there. I pulled up actually one of Agent Clock's previous drawings. I think that was one of the stickers that I did. You can buy that sticker sheet on my website, something.com. So you can see here that I've just got him silhouetted against his little research screen, and he's already got some profiles loaded up on his computer, and he's just thinking, mooding. He's just like, what have I done? It's amazing. He doesn't realize the horrors that he's visited upon, this poor guy. Who do we think the cactus is? Is it like Peter? Or like, well, Tommy. Maybe it's Tommy. If you know who Tommy is, again, comment in the comments. Tell me that you know. You can find it on the Citizens part of the website, on Neverdot's website, neverdot.com. Yeah, so this is looking good. Ominous shadow, very good. Lots of unnecessary lines that I drew there. I'm glad I'm not paying per pixel. And also in these drawings, I typically like to sort of inject a little bit of secret content. So little Easter eggs, if you're paying attention, if you zoom in on the background really closely. A lot of my drawings have that kind of thing. So if you're really bored, go through my old drawings and be like, what was that in the background there? So we're going to put a little eggbot doing stuff in the background, because often the eggbots are poking around the labs and just, I don't know, either helping out or they're failed science experiments that they forgot to turn off. So I don't know. He's working on, what is he doing? Oh, he's got a box. What do you think the box is? 10 seconds? He's playing with Agent Rex's Rubik's Cube. So yeah, little eggbot poking around. He's just carrying it away. Putting him wherever I can fit him. I couldn't really think of what to do in this last panel. I was going to put like the monitor there, but the monitor visually drew too much attention to itself. So yeah, get rid of it. So we're just going to slam on our text. The text I do in Illustrator, because Krita's text handling is still garbage and is not really there. So not really saying it's bad, it just doesn't exist. So fair enough. It's effort. And I obviously do it in hot pink so I can see where they are and make sure all the lines are crisp and nice. They are going to be color-coded per character so you know who's talking. Not that you can't follow the little line yourself, but it just saves mental effort if you don't have to be like, this person's saying this. You can just at a glance see. Now I have to move little Eggbot's shadow over because he's going to be covered up by the speech bubble. And I want him to be visible because, you know, I put like a good 15 seconds into drawing him. So why waste it? Anyways, we got green. Oh, can't see the green on the green background, so he's just going to be white. Often try to make it the same color as the character, but yeah, it's not that important to do that. So that's the finished drawing. I hope you like it. It's on my website, neverdot.com. Also on my Instagram. Follow me there, neverdot.world. And thank you for watching this video. I'm doing this for you. I hope you're entertained, and I hope you guys are all doing really well at home. And hopefully we can all get out of this as soon as possible. If you feel like becoming a cactus, highly recommend it. Very prickly. The drinks, you only need to drink every so often, like once a year. Saves you time. So pick a good one. It's going to be with you forever. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.